Okay, so welcome back and welcome to our very first episode of Stories, Spelling, and Symbolism Sundays here on the channel. I am Handy Ninja Andy, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of my all-time favorite spelling books, Tikki Tikki Tembo, retold here by Arlene Mosil and illustrated by Blair Lent. And basically, for Stories, Spelling, and Symbolism Sundays, basically what I'm going to do is every week I'm going to attempt to bring you guys another book, a story, some type of magic spell, some type of thing about symbolism, something that I can teach you that you might find interesting about the hidden uh, spells and symbolism in stories that are all around us every day. And so I'm going all the way back to the beginning here with one of my all-time favorites from my childhood. And I'm going to attempt to take as deep of a look at this book as possible, which means that I'm going to be reading a kid's book, but we're going to probably be talking about it for about a half hour or something like that. So if you're ready to go for a deep dive here, then you're in the right place. But if you're looking for the quick, just the story version, you probably need to find another video because we're going to go very in depth here. And so maybe a little too in depth for somebody who's just trying to read the story for the first time. But we're going to just take a look at it from basically my perspective, having known this story ever since I was probably about the age of the two little boys that are pictured in the picture on the front of the cover here. And those are two of our main characters in the story, along with their mother and the old man with the ladder. And just even here on the cover, we can see that all of the colors that we have, you have blue, green, and yellow. And each one of those in this story comes to represent different things throughout all of the art that you see within the book. And so each of those colors represents something actually kind of specific. And so in this case, yellow, as we're looking at the story, represents happiness. Blue represents love. And green represents almost like patience and forbearance, like somebody caring for somebody or uplifting them or holding them up. And so as we look through the book, if you keep your eye out for those three colors, because those are the only three colors that we have in the book, aside from the shading and the browns and the blacks and the whites. Just keep your eyes out for those, and you might actually start to see some of the hidden symbolism yourself without me even having to say anything about it. But I'm gonna just begin here by going through it. I will share anecdotes and stories as things pop up in my head as we're going, and it's just going to basically be story time on Sundays here on the channel, guys. So I hope you guys are willing to come along for the ride and just see how it goes. So here we go. First time ever, right? And one of the reasons that I love this book is just the art itself, just how much detail that there is in it if you decide to look for like the flowers that are on the hill with the old man with the ladder, and the boats in the water down here with the fishermen in the boats, and then the kite. We can already see the butterfly trying to fly off into the great beyond, right? From the little house on top of the hill and the village that's all in yellow, signifying that it's like a happy village and it's happy here. And there's there's a blue river coming down from the house, signifying that there's like love pouring out of the house and that everybody in the village is getting to enjoy that love. And so that's just from the very first picture. And I won't even go into what everything else represents. Like you can kind of use your imagination, and I'm sure you will as we continue to read. But just to point out things, that's all we're doing. So Tikki Tikki Tembo, retold by Arlene Mosel, illustrated by Blair Lent, from the Henry Holt and Company, New York. And I do really love the art style and our butterfly kite again. Our front, I guess our title page, but it's just a butterfly, you know? So, once upon a time, a long, long time ago, it was a custom of all fathers and mothers in China to give their first and honored sons great long names. But second sons were given hardly any name at all. In a small mountain village there lived a mother who had two little sons. Her second son she called Chang, which meant little or nothing. But the first and honored son she called Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sarembo, Charibari Ruchi, Pipberry Pembo, which meant the most wonderful thing in the whole wide world. And here we have Chang and Tikki Tikki Tembo and their mother watching over them from the hill that we saw in the first picture, with the river coming down from their hill. And it's the river of love that the mother has for her two children that the rest of the village is getting to enjoy, and they're flying their butterfly kite. And I'm just going to show you, like, just from a symbolic perspective, aside from those, like the yellow house, right? It's a happy house, right? Everything's in order. There's nothing out of place. And actually, in the mother's garden, she has two trees, and the two trees are equally cared for. That's actually symbolically important, because what it means is already at the beginning of the story, we can tell that the mother has equal love for her children, even though she's named one her favorite, and the second son has been given barely any name at all. It it has to do with the lineage and how things get passed down in the culture and tradition of things, but the symbolism shows actually she has equal love for both of her children, even though both of her children have slightly different destinies. And that's what's represented here by the bird and this tree, right? And then this one being two different trees growing in her world, essentially, right? And you also have here their her two boys are supported on stones, which means that they're like heavily supported, right? They're standing on something sturdy. And she also has a path that's built across the river so they can go down into the village. So she's already built them everything that they need in life. And this is flowers that represent her love for to support everything that they need in order to fly. So just all of that symbolism. Plus she's in green, which means that she's very patient and loving and caring for her children. So it means she's a good mother. And so it's just from looking at the pictures. You know, sometimes you can pick up on just little details of like what things mean. There's actually two little blue flowers here that are growing, and I think we're going to see them again and again throughout, that also represent the equal love that she has in her river of love for her two children. So just keep your eyes up. We'll continue. Well, look at what we found, you know. Every morning, the mother went to wash in a little stream near the home, or near her home. The two boys always went chattering along with her. On the bank was an old well. "Don't go near the well," warned the mother, "or you will surely fall in." And so here's the mother doing her daily work, giving her boys some side eye. Because I'm sure she's told them about 1,000,000 times already to not go playing near the well, because this is all just a metaphor, right? And we remember being kids, you know, and then the mother would tell you, "Don't go and do that," and you'd be like, "Oh wait, what is it we're not supposed to go and do? But don't go and play in the well." so so she's looking at them right now, going, "Now, boys, we've been over this. I love you both dearly." But I've kind of had enough of this, enough of your shenanigans. And she can already see where things are headed, right? So, but she still loves them, right? It's her boys, you know. But these two, my my little brother and I, we had haircuts just like that at that age, and it's one of the reasons why, like the little mischievous grin and just everything. It always stuck with me. I always loved this book, and like it's like I can see it in the back of my head without even having to look at it. You know what I mean? Okay, next page. The boys did not always mind their mother, and one day they were playing beside the well and on the well when Chang fell in. And here's Chang falling in the well, not looking too happy about it. Again, probably for like the 5 billionth time, right? As we all know from being children. And Tikki Tikki Tembo's up here going, uh oh. That's not good. That's not good. uh, and the butterfly kite is falling out of his hand, you know? And so something might be changing because of the symbol of the butterfly, right? But we also have cute little Mr. Frog here in the bucket. So at least it's a happy situation. There's a fish. There's some greenery down here. He's he's safe in the well. He'll be safe here. He's got friends here to protect him, so he's all right. It's probably early in spring season. The water's probably low. He's all right. He's doing all right. We'll be able to rescue him. Don't worry. We'll fix this up. Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sorembo, Charibari Ruchi, Pip Peri Pembo, ran as fast as his little legs could carry him to his mother and said, "Most honorable mother, Chang has fallen into the well." "The water roars, little blossom. I cannot hear you," said the mother. Then Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sorembo, Charibari Ruchi, Pip Peri Pembo, raised his voice and cried, "Oh, most honorable Mun, Chang has fallen into the well." "That troublesome boy," answered the mother. "Run and get the old man with the ladder to fish him out." Mother's not happy here. She's like, I knew this would happen. Well, why are you telling me this again? I'm struggling here to not do something about it. But I love you both very much. Then Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sorembo, Charibari Ruchi, Pip Peri Pembo ran as fast as his little legs could carry him to the old man with the ladder. You can see him running here to the old man with the ladder. I'm just going to look very quickly at the symbolism of the old man with the ladder because it's like very deep symbolism. But the old man with the ladder here, he's smelling a flower, and the flower's yellow. So he's remembering happiness. He's full of love because he's already blue, right? And his hat is also full of happiness. So he has lots of happy memories, and he's remembering the happiness, but he's also old, right? And he's sitting here by his tree, right? And he has some little friends, a dragonfly, a butterfly, and a bird, who are all wanting him to go off in this direction. And he's got some yellow flowers of happiness here surrounding Tikki Tikki Tembo. But he also has some blue ones all going off in this direction. And then there's the ladder that goes up into the tree. And on the other side of the ladder, there's a little bee. And the bee might represent something where there was a sting on the other side of the ladder. And there's like another kind of flower there. Maybe it's the same kind as those, but it looks a little bit different. What I think it represents is that the old man's wife has passed away, and that's the sting, and she's gone up off to heaven. And the old man is still waiting here on the hill by the tree, remembering life, remembering happiness. And he's still waiting to join her by ascending the ladder to go and join her in heaven. And so that's just the symbolism of the old man on the hill with the ladder. "Old man with the ladder, Chang has fallen into the well. Will you come and fish him out?" "So," said the old man with the ladder. Chang has fallen into the well. And he ran as fast as his old legs could carry him. Step over step, he went into the well, picked up little Chang, and step over step, brought him out of the well. And you can see here now, before I flip the page, that actually now the butterfly kite is on the ground, and Chang isn't so happy anymore. And this might actually be the representation of what's changed, right? Chang has now been through the experience of being at the bottom of the well. And he knows how bad it is down there. He doesn't like being down there. But he also knows who he had to wait for and who had to help him in order for him to get out of the well again. And so that's good. And so he's safe again. He's happy to be safe again. But he's learned a lesson about innocently following things and where that can lead. And so that's just a symbolism of what we might see here in this picture. And Mother is definitely not happy with this situation. And Tikki Tikki Tembo is definitely concerned about what's going to happen. Okay, so we'll continue on to the next page. Let's see here. He pumped the water out of him and pushed the air into him, and pumped the water out of him and pushed the air into him, and soon Chang was just as good as ever. And you can see here that once again we have the mother still loves both of her children equally, just slightly different ways. What it means is that she also realizes that she has to be concerned about what's going to happen to both of her children now. It's not just what happened to Chang, because now she sees that Tikki Tikki Tembo is also very concerned about the whole situation. So, just looking at the art, that's all we're doing. I'm going to skip the next 2 pages, or the next page, because it's a piece that we'll come back to at the end of the story, because it's just basically like a center piece of art that on both pages, and I really like it, and so we'll return to it at the end just because it's fun. But we'll continue with the story for now. Now, for several months, the boys did not go near the well, but after the festival of the 8th moon, they ran to the well to eat their rice cakes. And here they are. And Tikki Tikki Tembo has what looks like almost like a rooster or a phoenix, maybe. And now Chang has his little streamers. I like Chang streamers. They're actually pretty. Let's see if we can get the next page. Okay. They ate near the well. They played around the well. They walked on the well. And Tikki Tikki Tembo, No Sarembo, Charibari Wuchi, Pipberry Pembo fell into the well. Uh-oh. not so good. Because now maybe the water is a little bit deeper. There is a frog there. The frog is, I think, is a misprint in blue here. I think he's supposed to be green, but it just got shaded over maybe when they did the printing. But if it's later in the season, there might be more water going through, and it might be deeper, and so Tikki Tikki Tembo might be in a little bit more trouble than Chang was by falling into the well, especially now after he already learned the lesson that he shouldn't have done it in the first place. So we'll continue and we'll see what happens. Chang ran as fast as his little legs could carry him to his mother and said, "Oh, most honorable mother, Tikki Tikki Tembo, No Sarembo, Charibari Ruchi, Pipberry Pembo has fallen into the well. The water roars, little one, I cannot hear you." So little Chang took a deep breath. "Oh, mother, most honorable," he panted. "Tikki Tikki Tembo, No Sarembo, Charibari Ruchi, Pipberry Pembo has fallen into the well. Tiresome child, what are you trying to say?" said his mother. She doesn't think that anything's wrong because she's already dealt with this problem once. She's not expecting that things have gone wrong a second time now, right? And she's doing a very good job to lovingly wash all of their clothes every day, doing the job that mothers must do while their children go off and uh, do the things that she told them not to do. But she still has love for both of them, right? Right. So we'll continue on. Honorable Mother. Charibari Rembo, Tikki Tikki, he gasped. Pip Pip has fallen into the well. Unfortunate son, surely the evil spirits have bewitched your tongue. Speak your brother's name with reverence. Poor little Chang was all out of breath from saying that great long name, and he didn't think he could say it one more time. But then he thought of his brother in the old well. Uh-oh. Here's Tikki Tikki Tembo, hanging out with the frog and the fish, trying to breathe underwater. I guess he's going to have to jump up and down if he wants to take a breath. That's not too good. but maybe there's some way that he can rise again like the phoenix. He just needs a little help maybe, right? Just have to figure it all out. Chang bowed his little head clear to the sand, took a deep breath, and slowly, very slowly said, Most honorable mother, Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sarembo, Charibari Ruchi, Pipberry Pembo is at the bottom of the well. Oh, not my first and honored son, heir of all I possess. Run quickly and tell the old man with the ladder that your brother has fallen into the well. I love I love Chang bending over backwards here. It's like it's such a meme worthy. Like I'm bending over backwards here, Ma. The art killed me when I was a kid. I used to love this stuff. It was so good, so good. All right, next one, next one. All right. So Chang ran as fast as his little legs would carry him to the old man with the ladder under the tree. Or under the tree, the old man with the ladder sat, bowed and silent. Old man, shouted Chang, come right away. Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sarambo, Charibari Ruchi, Pipberry Pembo has fallen into the stone well. You can see him shouting, shouting as he's coming to the old man who lives on the hill, who's just trying to have his nice thoughts and enjoy the rest of his life. But the village is happy and everybody loves the happy little children. So we're gonna try to help him out eventually. I'm sure, right? Right. But there was no answer. Puzzled, he waited. Then, with his very last bit of breath, he shouted, Old man with the ladder, Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sarembo, Charibari Ruchi, Pipberry Pembo is at the bottom of the well. Miserable child, you disturbed my dream. I had floated into a purple mist and found my youth again. There were glittering gateways and jeweled blossoms. If I close my eyes, perhaps I will return again. You can see the old man and his little bird of happiness thinking about his wife in heaven, right? And how nice it would be to, be able to go and visit with the people that you love, right? But he still has the present concerns of reality to deal with, right? Poor little Chang was frightened. How could he say that great long name again? Please, old man with the ladder, please help my brother out of the cold well. So said the old man with the mother, or the, the old man with the ladder. Your mother's precious pearl has fallen into the well. You can see Chang is so desperate to rescue his brother from the well. He's even willing to take the old man's pathway to heaven. He's like, if you're not going to do it for me, I'll take the pathway to heaven myself. I'll go and rescue my brother, even if I have to go to heaven myself. You know. So of course the old man with the ladder helps him, and they go running back across through the village to Tikki Tikki Tembo and his mother, who are waiting, hopefully, desperately, that Tikki Tikki Tembo is going to be okay. The old man with the ladder hurried as fast as his old legs could carry him. Step over step, step over step, he went into the well, and step over step, step over step, out of the well, with the little boy in his arms. Then he pumped the water out of him, pushed the air into him, and pumped the water out of him, and pushed the air into him. But little Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sorembo, Chari Bari Ruchi, Pipberry Pembo had been in the water so long, all because of his great long name, that the moon rose many times before he was quite the same again. And from that day to this, the Chinese have always thought it wise to give all their children little short names instead of great long ones. So now everybody in the village can be happy, and the old man with the ladder knows that he has another little family to keep him happy as he grows old and lives on his little hill and thinks about all the nice things that he could go to visit in heaven, because why does he need to go and visit them in heaven if he's already got them again all right here? So that's the story of Tikki Tikki Tembo. No Sarembo, Chari Bari Ruchi, Pipberry Pembo. I guess we just call him Tikki now. And then we have the final page with the old man with the ladder, and now he's given up. See? No longer resting on the tree, because now he gets to gaze at the whole village. Now look at that. Huh. Sometimes a butterfly kite learns to fly all by itself. What do you know? Isn't that amazing? So I'll go back here to my favorite piece in the whole book to show you guys so that we can finish this off. There we go. And that's all of us who came here tonight to listen and watch and read Tikki Tikki Tembo together and learn the story of the blue dragon, you know, of love and happiness and peaceful forbearance, and you know, all the things that help protect us and keep us happy and joyful as we continue to live our lives together and keep these two out of trouble. So that's why I always liked Tikki Tikki Tembo. One of my favorite childhood books. I hope you guys enjoyed our very first Stories, Spelling, and Symbolism Sunday. And I hope you will join us again next week as we will continue to do many, many more, or much, much more deep dives into the symbolism contained in the everyday stories all around us. So, hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much, and we will see you again next time. So, cheers, guys.